going to need a big-eyed needle and some yarn. Thread the yarn through the eye of the needle. This is much harder than it looks, so I like to cut a small rectangle of paper. I'm going to fold it hot dog style, long and skinny. Lay my yarn right down the middle of that bun. Fold the bun up over it, and then stick it through the eye of the needle. This works pretty well. Now I've done this a couple hundred times, so I'm a little good at it. I'm going to pull my needle down just a little bit. For this project, I've glued a popsicle stick on the top so that we could make this into some type of a wall hanging. And there is that glue line all the way around it. That's going to help it not continue to fray because this is such a loose woven fabric. For the best results, I would choose a water-soluble marker that's similar to the color of your project and simply sketch out a little bit of your ideas. You might not need to draw your frame around it, you can kind of eyeball that, but for sure, draw out your design in the middle. We pick up our needle and thread, and we're going to start on the underside of our project. Now I like to stick my needle in a little ways and then go back down through the burlap. If I turn it over, I can see there's just a little piece selected. I pull my yarn almost all the way through, but not quite because I need to tie a knot right here. I'm going to grab the baby tail of my yarn and my long piece, just like when I tie my shoes. I do a crossover, tuck through, pull, and again, crossover, tuck through, pull. Now the tail of my yarn is snug on the back of my project. One basic rule of thumb is wherever the yarn comes out of, I have to stick my needle back in. So we just saw that my yarn had come out the back. I had to stick it up from the back so it could come out the front. Now I'm going to show you how to do 2 stitches at once. I kind of touch my needle down into my burlap, wiggle it down just a little ways, and then I push it back up through the burlap. That way my needle can stay on the top of my project. The only problem with this is you've got to pull your yarn all the way through. Continue stitching in and out and pulling your yarn all the way around your border. Even go across the top part so you're back where you started. I do want to finish with my yarn on the back so that I can use these 2 pieces of yarn to tie a knot, just like we did when we started. Crossover, tuck through, pull tight, crossover, tuck through, pull tight. You know, I love to say you're the artist. If you would like to add another border around it or some embellishments outside of your design, of course that's absolutely okay. So once again, I have my needle with the big fat eye. I have my little scrap of paper. I'm going to lay my yarn in it, push it down against the fold, thread my paper through the eye of my needle, pull it till I have a nice little tail. When starting a new piece of yarn, I have to come up from the bottom again. I'm going to poke it up through my burlap and then back down, turn it to the back, cross over, tuck through, tie this knot. Do that 2 times, guys. Very nice. Now I can continue on with my stitching. Remember, my yarn came out the back, so my needle goes in the back and forth. I don't know why I chose to do this 1 stitch at a time. Maybe I was nervous about getting that curve on the heart. It is up to you if you do it the way we did for our border, where we grab 2 stitches at a time, or if you just do it 1 at a time all the way around.